What's up, everybody? It's Grimsby here. And today, it's going to be me, myself, and I. And let me turn. Okay, my voice changer's off. All right, good. I'm just making sure that you guys can hear me just fine. That looks. Oh, that looks a little bit loud. There we go. How about that? We'll run that for now. I don't know how well that's going to sound or how loud it's going to be. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic. Um, So today, excuse me, it's probably just going to be me doing a building episode and getting you guys caught up on everything that's happened. I have a bad habit of going in autopilot, I call it, and building a lot of stuff off camera. Um, so I'm gonna try to get you all caught up, and so you can see exactly what I've been working on. And this will also give me an idea of where my audio currently sits at, because I'm trying a new recording software, OBS Studio. It's pretty much what I've been told that everybody uses. So I'm trying to give it a gander. I don't know how well it's gonna work. I don't know if I've got any of the settings set up right, but I haven't watched a couple of YouTube tutorials on people who've well, used OBS Studio before, or helps people like me who have no idea what the hell I'm doing um set up their audio and their visuals and all that stuff. So I'm gonna give this, well, it is pretty much a tested a test, if you will, of where I'm at, and it'll give me something to do while I'm just sitting at home, lost in my own thoughts. um you also get a little sneak peek of something that I'm working on. um I don't know if it will be buildable in survival. I haven't tried building it in survival yet, and honestly, I don't know really how to get. Oh, okay, never mind. It loaded up the different save. Uh, oh, really? Do I? Like, is that you mean like a good thing or good studio or a bad thing studio? All right, so, I don't know why that's goofy. Stop it. You know what? I don't need you one anyway. I already got one here. You're doing it too? Oh, I get it. It's because my tanks are empty. Okay. I got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been playing around with some of the settings, and I'm not really sure how they sound just yet, so I'm glad to hear that it sounds good. Um, so, as you can probably tell, I finally got this space airtight, which means that we're no longer going to be, pretty much the point of airtightness, if this would ever stop, is, to keep our oxygen resources in our suits from draining insanely quick. So we can come in here, pop our helmet off, and get our oxygen filled up, on the fly before we run over here to our medical center and to recharge. So it adds a little bit of a creature comfort. And as you can see, we officially have our very first large grid exploration ship. That's one of those things that I think I recorded myself building. I don't quite remember. I'll have to check my recordings and get back to you on that. But we've got automatic doors. Oop. And this space isn't airtight. Well, I mean, it could be, but these big doors, it's honestly not worth it. Because the amount of times people are going to be running in and out those doors, it's really not worth it. So as you can see, our our rovers are slowly disappearing. I'm starting to realize that we don't need them as often because, well, we can fly now. So nobody. It's kind of like this a stage change, like we leveled up, if you will, tech wise, because now we can go from being limited to how far we can go to how long we want to be gone. So it's there's still a benefit to having rovers, but I'm not I would prefer to fly than I would driving, but I'm sure a couple of the apprentices will want to keep four-wheeled vehicles or six-wheeled vehicles in mind. Probably for lag reasons. Having lag issues in a four-wheeled vehicle, or however many wheels, fuck it, a ground vehicle, is a lot less detrimental than having lag in one of these, because this stays on the ground, and if you lag out, oh well. This crashes to the ground if you if you forget to if you have lag, and it's far more expensive. What is going on with her batteries? Recharge? Why are these not automatically recharging? Let's... Mixed. Why is that mixed? What in the world's going on? Hold on. Don't need that on. Oh, is the script not working? I bet the script's not working. Oh, yeah, that's right. She... her ship hiccuped and it fell and broke a bunch of stuff. I think one of the things she broke was her, program block, which runs a, docking script to turn our, tanks and stuff and batteries into recharge and all that fun jazz. Okay, well in that case I'll have to replace that. Put that bad boy there. It's probably a super shitty place to put it, but it'll be okay, I think. Until she breaks it again. But alright. That. Let's see. Edit? Yes. Alright, here we go. Browse scripts. So to get these scripts, you just download them, really. There's numerous amounts of these things. So you can pretty much build a server room on a large grid ship, and you can incorporate every single thing in here, like inventory managers, the ship integration. It pretty much tells you which section of your ship has damage, which is armored, and all that good jazz. You've got one for solar alignments, so you can build like a solar tower, set this script up somewhere in the tower itself, and it will auto align to where the sun is, like a real solar panel. And then you got this one, which we use. It I forgot to check the code. It pretty much runs everything here automatically. So instead of having to hop in like I did to check the batteries, or, you know, manually swapping these to recharge, the script will automatically do that. See, I didn't even check this one. It's already on recharge. So that's pretty much the only use it has. But it's definitely a set it and forget it kind of script, so you don't have to worry about, you know, this thing sitting here with the thrusters idling and everything, and then poof, you're out of fuel. So you go to take off and you slam down and explode. Hydrogen. So it it's definitely, it's a set it and forget it. I don't think I'll ever be able to play this game ever again without it. It's the sake of, it's a quality of life thing in my opinion. Unless, I mean, you could go through the normal rigmarole with, you can see how the hotbar down here. You can set all your hotbar up, and you've got 9 different hotbars to set different commands up. So the bigger your ship, the more commands you're gonna need. You can control all this here, and that's pretty much what it's for. However, some people get in a hurry, and as you can see, like, I've got 2 separate thrusters icons. I don't have a mouse indicator. I'd show you. I'd point to it. Whoops. Alt tab. Yeah, okay, here's our cursor. The 4 and 5 here. One of these is all of my thrusters. One of these is only my reverse thrusters. So if you're in a hurry and like a bunch of drones are attacking, if you just, hold your finger on a keyboard and slide it across to turn all of these and change them over, there's a chance you'll accidentally swap your reverse thrusters on. And so when you go forward and hit the doors or hit whatever's in front of you, you're not going to be able to stop. It's a thing that happens. Anyway, so I've been working on a underground hangar for all of our utility fighting ships. I did a lot of this off camera and I completely forgot to hit the record button, so that's great. But as you can see, we are ready to, we're finally at the stage where we can start fighting off NPCs, NPC ships, bases, and all that good jazz. That's supposed to be a ship printer, but the textures for a mod that I'm using don't load in very well. So I pretty much have to dismantle that and rebuild it to get the textures to load back in. And I think that has to do with the fact that I changed my load order. And so I'm eventually going to wall up this a little bit to about there. I'm going to drill all of this out, and then I'm going to put a big giant folding door here. I think it'd be kind of cool to have a door that folds open, lets a bunch of fighters out, and then shuts after a few seconds. Or I can set up a sensor for it to detect when we're coming in, and it'll open up on its own. Up here is an observation deck where you can get a better look at what's going on. Excuse me, what's going on? Eventually, this is going to be a lot more impressive than what it is now. I mean, it's got a lot of empty floor space. There's stuff just scattered everywhere. But eventually, I think eventually this is going to look pretty nice. It took me about 2 or 3 hours of drilling this out by hand in that mining ship that you saw. This is also the command center for all the turrets on the base. I have not set up those commands yet. Mostly because we haven't needed it, really. But if we were on a lighter gravity planet, like, what is this? Well, okay, I was wondering where all these bottles went, but here they are. Set this up so long ago, I forgot that this is where they went. Wow, that's crazy. So this one controls, oh, turned it off, the welding platform. You can actually see what's going on. If I were to turn the projector on, you can see that's the printable chip that that are up there. So, hold on, let me see if it will. Okay. Great. Perfect. Okay, so none of the welders are there. But anyway, it lets you, it pretty much, it has a piston, as you can see. It retracts into the wall. And this lets you, make sure you got every part welded together. Because there are times where if it's, you know, way out here, the rear end back there won't get welded up. And that's just a limitation of the game itself. That's not really anything to do with this. This is actually my very first ship welder that I've ever built. And people have made some crazy builds. And so, yeah. I did design most of this ship myself. But, I took the original design of it, like, let's see, from this block here and back was from the original design I took. The internals on inside the hull are different. I've added in extra thrusters because it didn't turn worth a shit. It didn't stop worth a shit. It's got a bunch of armaments. It's very, very snappy. And that's not working. Great. I don't understand what's going on. Whatever. I'll figure that out later. Anyway, so yeah, this is our fleet. I decided these lights aren't necessary, but watching, is there a thruster in here? No, that's not a thruster. Watching my team fly these around and fly them around and crash into each other at night. Yeah, thanks, man. It wasn't just me, but yeah, it takes a good bit to design a lot of this stuff. And well, it's not easy to design, hard to make it work. Like these pelicans here from Halo, if you recognize it. Well, this is a more of a heavy attack variant. This is the original. This one we took out and it suffered quite a bit of damage. So I've got to fix this one. But this one's a light armored variant and that one's a heavy armored variant. This one takes a lot more of a punch before it starts falling apart. So yeah. I'm still trying to design the outside of this base. It looks like shit, but I'll get it eventually. But, yeah, this started off as just, excuse me, from where that thruster there is, all the way across was just a shell. Like, there's nothing here to really build off of. In fact, I'm probably gonna get rid of these interior turrets here and put actual turrets. The idea for this ship is that it's supposed to be a long-range exploration ship. So we can set up 2 fighters in here, or 3. If we extend it out. And then 4 with this one on top. It took this is the one that I took the blueprint of, went into my own creative world and designed, and then brought it in here and built it up. And I can't really design ships worth of crap, so but this one I'm fairly proud of. This is the second large grid ship I've ever This is the second functional large grid ship I've built that I'm proud of. See, it's got cryopods in it. Whoops. Got a survival kit so we can spawn here. I was gonna turn this into an observation window, and then I extended the back end out and forgot all about it. The only downside to being on this side of the ship when you spawn in is that there's literally one way out. But I had to pile a bunch of oxygen and hydrogen tanks in here so it'll have fuel for our fighters and itself. But it does have kind of a, I would say, a cozy little living space. And this is also the command center for flying. So that's okay. I didn't wait for that door to shut. That's, I have a problem. Huh. Alright, note to self. Gotta make sure the door is shut at all times. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this, hangar. Hold on, let me get an overview. I'm trying to figure out how I want to design the hangar, because I don't want it to go much higher. I'd say probably about here, all the way across. Because I feel like, how many hours are invested? In just this world or total? Because this world probably... see, we've got 5 episodes recorded so far. About 40, maybe? Total game-wise, I've got about 600 hours into it, which is kind of a drop in the bucket if you watch some of the other content creators, because they're like in the 4,000 or 5,000. And yeah, it gets pretty in depth. It's definitely a one-of-a-kind kind of game. It definitely cornered the market on what it delivers on. I can't really think of the correct terminology right this second. I don't think I made it wide enough. I definitely didn't make it wide enough. I need to go this way about 4 more blocks. Because that's going to be a tight fit now that I'm thinking about it. Screw it. I'll fix it later. But yeah, it can be in depth when you're not, if you're not used to it. It definitely has a learning curve. Is that too tall or is that? I think that'll be all right for now. Because on some of these parts, you actually have to set real limitations on it. On the oh my god, like the for example, there's a part in here called a hinge that I'm going to be messing with here soon. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I wish I could say it was planned, but I'm kind of the person that starts with a square and then goes, wait, I don't like the way that square looks. And I've just recently started learning how these different shapes work. Because, you know, you can take this flat surface, add on, say, this corner piece here, and now it's a turn. And it's like that. See? Now that corner piece turns. The problem I run in... Oh. It's a drone. The problem I run into a lot... Oh, gasp. It's a branding drone. That's no bueno. It's get rid of that. Basically, the way this drone works, it will show up to your base. It will chew off every single thing. Yeah, the yeah, the voxels. That's what the terrain's called. The voxels will definitely shape based on what's going on. Give me a second. I
Inventory
will.
full. Inventory full.
Do I need anything else off of this? No, I don't. That's garbage. All right. Like, let's see. Yeah, all these little holes that you see. Not those big ones there, but like these little gray ones here and here. All these little pop marks. Those are all from meteors and stuff. I had to turn the meteors off because it got a little ridiculous, but like, here, let me show you something cool. So if I were to turn, whoops, this on, then do, whoops, wrong one. Wrong one. Let's see. I'll start with this. Alright, so if we were to take this and go, you know, oh no, I ran out of fuel. And then it carved it, whoops, it made a hole in the ground. And the faster you go, the bigger the hole. Let me fly somewhere where I'm not too noticeable. Alright, here we go. This work. See, I'm moving 100 meters a second. Ow. Okay, that didn't make nearly as big of a crater as I thought it was going to. But you get the idea. Like, the game mostly works off of mass. So if I were to take a big ship, like this other one that I built, where is it at? There it is. Like, if I were to take this massive ship here and slam it into the ground, it would make an absolute massive crater. Because the game works off of mass. It works off of mass, basically. What I'm trying to say. I can't say it correctly, but that's what I'm going to say. So the heavier something is, the more of an effect it has of the world. There's a war spot there. I don't know what that war spot's for is, but it's there. And like all these little like all the meteors holes, for example, or the mole that is my girlfriend, she tunneled all of this out herself, except for this section here. We used a mining, she's been using her own mining ship, but here it is. I almost killed myself. So, but but yeah, and this crater here started off just that. A crater. We slammed directly into it, and it just kind of stayed because there was a iron deposit there. And we're like, oh hey, we need that iron, and ooh, that's not good. That needs to be on recharge. I don't know why I did that. You might be wondering what this porcupine thing is. This is for our contracts for deliveries, acquisition parts and stuff, where you get a contract to build something, you go back to base, get that amount, load it up, take it to the place that it needs to go to. It's a good quick way of making some money. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with this section here anymore. but I'm gonna figure something out. I want to tie it into this. In worst case scenario, I'll extend this out to about, we'll say here. Yeah, we'll do here. And all the way around and incorporate it into the base. Really regret not having my welding ship. Is that same height? Maybe. I want to talk about something that's really in depth. They've added these blocks. Hold on, give me a second. All right, they've added. Let's see. Aha, there they are. These blocks here, AI blocks. There we go. So they've added AI blocks. Now what these do, they allow you to build drones that you can program to do something. So like if I were to build one now and set it to weld up weld up stuff, it would come over here and just start welding up these blocks until it ran out of supplies. Then I could have it programmed to go dock it, say, over there, and it will go back over there, load up, come back, and continue. Oh my god, continue welding. It's kind of cool. I have no clue how to do that, but it's, oh my god. But I've seen other people set up drones like that, and it's really, it's nifty. Oh, I see the problem. This wall doesn't need to be here. That's why that wall's there. Okay. It's okay. Duh. Got it. One problem at a time. Ugh. God. Okay. Oops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set the limit, the height of this here. It's going to be just shy of where the base is. And that's kind of what I want. I'm too high. Great. This wall, my wall's not lined up either. So I am running a. We are running a handful of mods. Yeah, this wall's goofed. It's not. It's. Good God. Okay. Well, I guess now's the time to fix it. Whoops. Whoops. You know what? I know exactly what happened and when it changed. Because I started this side first and then went and changed something on the other side that I shouldn't have changed. So, yay. That's great. I'm not even using the right... Okay, I am using the right blocks. Okay. Got screwed up completely. No. Right. So I'm probably not gonna weld this up. I'm definitely not welding all of this up by hand. I'm gonna go, here in a second, I'm going to, when I finish laying all this down, I'm going to try and build me a welding ship, and the welding ship is going to be doing all of this. I'm really glad I decided not to build this out of heavy armor, because if I built this out of heavy armor, this would take a long-ass time to fix. Heavy armor uses what's called metal grids, and it's kind of like the reinforcement on concrete. Uh, it adds, like, we'll say a couple hundred, yeah, a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 life HP to the armor blocks. God, okay, I gotta get rid of this first. That's alright, we're not using this contraption anymore anyway. Alright, so it just makes it super durable. To the point where some explosions
Energy
it
low.
takes 3 times the amount of explosions to get through it if you're using like grenades or missiles. So it yeah, deja vu. So we it's beneficial to use heavy armor if you're in space, but if you're on a planet or a moon with gravity like we are, heavy armor starts being kind of a detriment, because you have to take into consideration your overall weight. So you have to so you can't just build an entire ship like this out of heavy armor and still expect it to fly efficiently. So at that point you start noticing your control slipping, kind of like with honestly, kind of like with race cars. You don't want a heavy ass race car to go fast. You need a lightweight race car to go fast. Hey, hon. I'm actually talking to somebody else.
I know. It sounds like a one-way conversation.
It kind of is, but he's actually responding periodically, so that's great.
Still like.
It's definitely too tall.
Energy critical.
Alright. Chop Foreman says it's not too tall, it's not too tall. We're gonna go with it. If we hate it later, it's her fault. This original this original glass wall here was the idea was for people to observe what someone else is building without having to actually be out there and losing oxygen and power and blah 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 blah. But when I put them up my girlfriend would take off outside and fly full force into the window like a bird. Or she'd like walk up and go, okay, wait, you put the wall here, and turn around and go through the doors. So I had to put the posters up, and so that way she would know that, oh, okay, there's subconsciously you look at it and go, oh wait, that's right, there's a window there. And not try to go out that way, because this originally was open to the and not sealed up. So, oh man, that was, ow, Gary, scared the shit out of me. My cat's sitting under my desk on a stool and he stuck his claws out, scared the shit out of me. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this while I'm thinking about it, because if I don't now, I'm sure as hell not going to here in a bit. Let's see, number 6, cycle. This one, I'm not even using the right block on the other side either. Get in there. Got it. Come on, buddy. Oh, I fucked up my camera. Alright, and then I need... Where's it at? This... Oh, this one? No. 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 There it is. And then... This block goes here, I think. Yeah, that block is there, so... When did that line back up? You know what? Not gonna question it. Just going to accept it. It's not a questionable... That's not something that I want to question or look a gift shark in the mouth. That's a Rick and Morty reference. Chew on that. It's time for you to chew on. Yep, there we go. Nope. Don't chew on that. Alright, that'll line up. The only thing I wish I could automate is placing blocks. But the only way to do that is if you, chew on that, Gary, I'm telling you. The only way to really do that is if you already have it built and you use a blueprint, and then build off of that blueprint. But sometimes it feels like it's easier to let just build something like this, and then realize later that, oh, I don't need this corner there, I'll add this to it instead, and then just it changes. Gary, stop chewing on my mic, buddy. If you want to talk to the people, then meow. Talk to the people. Just dropping blocks all over the place. This is the kind of stuff that you don't see in regular videos. Both mine and other content creators. They have a better understanding of how to do it than I do, but you don't really see this level of boring kind of content. Normally, they like jump around and, you know, show bits and pieces, and honestly, if I was smart or had thought about it, I would have set up my girlfriend's computer to do a time lapse, and I've squirreled and started on another section. Great. Whatever. A little bit here and there, and a little bit over there, it'll be fine. Because I used her computer for the last time lapse, and I think it turned out great. It honestly gave me a chance to just sit and build and go into my own little world. And I could just can set it up where in post edit her camera view sits like over there in that corner, and then in like 30 seconds you get to see what takes me 2 or 3 hours just fly by. Yeah, that'll work great. Get in there. Normally what I like to do when I'm building something big like this, I'll have like a podcast going, or another another content creator playing in the background, and just have it set as something that I can like listen to and not really pay attention to and not miss really anything. It just kind of helps kill the silence a little bit. And I thought about trying something new that I watched another content creator do, and I don't like the idea. When you're doing stuff like, you know, a building episode, you can look. Oh, I'm out of steel plates, really? Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, I guess now's the time to tear down this wall. He would play non-copyrighted music in the background while he built. And then that way it broke up the silence, and it didn't take away from what he was doing. And I never thought about doing that, but that sounds like a pretty
Energy
cool idea.
low.
Great. So, I wish I had thought about it before I started this stream. Because I would have done something like that. Like, looked up 12 hours of smooth jazz or something like that, and had it playing in the background. Because I do currently have the in-game music turned off. I don't know how the copyrights would work for this game. I think I'm going to leave this section here. Turn this into like an observation platform. I think I'm going to do that. Figuring all this out is going to be a fucking pain in the ass. Alright, back to the task at hand. Oh hey, I'm almost done. Hell yeah. Well, almost done. He's almost done laying out the foundation. He's got to actually do. There's still a lot to weld up. I haven't even designed the door yet. This is gonna have a folding door. Or I might have to do like a Goldwing style, where this side to the left has a door and hinges, and it goes to the halfway point, and then the other side has a Goldwing door that goes to the other half, and then have them meet and merge together. So that way they don't count as two separate subgrids. Those of you who don't know, subgrids are add-on, like, it's an easy way to explain it. A subgrid is it has an attachment point that's different than the main structure. So this ship currently counts as a subgrid to the base itself, because the base is a stationary, solid platform. So if I were to... God damn it, this is why we do angle blocks last. So if I were to, you know, set down a, what's called a merge block. God damn it, it's backwards. If I were to set up a merge block, then it would... Good God, what is going on with me? If I were to set up a merge block, if I could get the damn words out of my mouth, then it would turn it into a... It would combine the two, and then count the other one as a... It would no longer be a separate entity. It would then be together and be a solid... solid situation. think I'm gonna do these little ones first, and then go back and do the big ones. These are faster and less of a nightmare. Wow, half of this feels like half of this I've already started to work on, and it's like I get to finish it. Nope, wrong block. Oh, gasp, I've already done that? Really? Okay. Alright, I see you. Okay. I have no clue how I'm gonna build this door. It line up right, but I guess that's the half the fun of this game is trial and error. The other half is flinging yourself into the ground because you forgot to check your hydrogen. Yeah, you're not stuck to just being on a planet. Like, you could go into everything out there is explorable to an extent. Can't see them now, but sometimes you can actually see the other planets in the sky. The alien planet's right there. Like, I can go to that planet. And then, oh yeah, that's right. All the other planets are on the other side, other pole. I think we're on the North Pole, or as on the North Pole as we can get. But if I were to take one of those fighting ships that can go into space and fly off planet, I can go to that planet there. Whether I can get back or not, really the question. But but it's doable. It's there. It's an option. It's kind of highly recommended that, you know, you don't spend all your time on one planet. You can go and do other. You can go to other planets and explore. Currently, there's not really anything to do, like in the base game. But if you add a bunch of mods like I did, then you've got endless amounts of things to do. I wouldn't say we're currently in a point where I should add a different type of NPC mod in. The idea is to take the NPC mods off, but given how some of the plans that I have aren't really, they're not really consistent enough to trust, they're probably going to have to stay on a little bit longer. Then they're gonna have to stay on, and then when we get ready to, you know, indulge in some of the shenanigans I've got planned, then we'll turn them off for a little while, and then, you know, say do an episode or two, and then turn them back on and go, oh hey, they're not done being a problem, and here we go, we gotta fight the NPCs again.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
I need a cargo container there. Better go ahead and get used to going into that door right there. Man, I missed the mark by a lot when I built this wall. You don't necessarily have to get rid of the terrain. You can build in the terrain, around the terrain. You can... There's some pretty cool designs that I've seen people do where they've used the terrain as part of their base. Like a guy that I'm watching now, Garage Gamer. He's currently building an asteroid base, and half his base is buried in an asteroid, and he's actually designing it around the asteroid itself, and it's kind of cool. I don't know when I'll get to that stage in my skill set, but it's kind of cool. running out of power again. The amount of times I run back to get power is kind of... is ridiculous. That's why half of it gets cut out. Sorry, I gotta hydrate. Some part of me kind of regret. Oh god, I just vented the entire much air. Ugh. Great. All right. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna turn this into its own little launch bay. It's behind this wall. Nothing important. All right. What about this one? Nothing important. All right. Cool. What about this one? Cool. I know, I'm distracted, but I really don't want to go finish working on that, because now I gotta build a ship.
Inventory full.
Do what I want to do over there. And I'm just dragging my ass about it. I kind of want to download some extra weapon mods. Oh, we got a thunderstorm coming. Great. Like, I could probably start swapping out these Gatling guns for like auto cannons and cool stuff like that. But currently, Gatling gun ammo is like the cheapest and easiest thing for us to produce, and honestly, currently we don't really have a need for anything stronger. We chose, when I chose Titan, I chose it because I thought it would be different, and, you know, nobody starts on Titan because it's ugly and all that good jazz, but no, people don't start on Titan because NPC mods don't work well with gravity. What was that? Oh. Oh, wow, that was close. They don't work well with gravity. So, that drone that just fell out of the sky would have been an actual problem on, like, the moon, for example, that has, you know, a fifth of 0.15 gravity. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this into something. I think I'm just gonna widen this a little bit, turn this into a wall, and then probably put another garage door on this side, and wall this in with an airlock. Maybe. Anyway. So I guess I'm gonna get started on a welding ship. I don't really know how I want to design it, but I always start personally with my middle line here when I start to design a ship. I don't try to make it starting with a middle line, in my opinion, makes it keeps it even by making it an odd number, which is really, I know, it's redundant, but bear with me. Like, if this was a 2x2, right, then there's no snap point in the middle to make everything sit straight. Everything would sit kind of, it would be offset, and it's ugly, and nobody likes it. So what we do, is this going to be atmospheric? No, we'll make it hydrogen. Alright, so what we need to do is get a battery. got our hydrogen engines. We need... Well, we have thrusters. We need engines. We're gonna need fuel, so we're gonna need a tank. Take this one. And then we're gonna need... We're gonna use this welder. It's a lot stronger. Then we're gonna need cargo. And we're gonna take this one. Alright, so I'm gonna turn all of these parts into functional ships. And it would be really cool if there was a... medium. Alright, we're going to... Oh my god. We're gonna do... We'll do 2 medium cargo containers. So, what I need is to get rid of that and this gun. Do conveyor, small conveyor junction, which is this block here. This block lets me not build anything because I need interior plates. This block pretty much does what its name suggests. It's a conveyor block. So that means I can do this. And this. And now I can... Those are piped together. And I can do this and this. And that's the start of my welder. But I think what I'm gonna do is parlay... belay that. I'm gonna put the cockpit and stuff down first and build around it. That's the part that I always fudge up, is never building the daggum cockpit first. And then everything looks goofy. We're gonna get fancy with it, and we're gonna use the fighter cockpit, because it's a welding ship, and why the hell not? So... that being said, where's the connection point on this? Directly behind. Alright, cool. So, what I can do is put... We're gonna put...
Energy low.
2 engines... God, alright. I'm gonna put 2 engines there. And then what I'm gonna do is... No, I need to flip those over. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna put 2 engines upside down. And then we're going to put fuel tanks on top of that. If not one big one. Let's see what that looks like here in a second. Alright, so... get rid of these. We're gonna put... engine. Going to put those here. And here. And then we're gonna get rid of that bottom line there when we're getting ready. So with those gone, we can take our we'll do this here and here on this side. And then we'll flip this this way. Here and here. In fact, we're gonna put 3 of those on. And then we'll take our hydrogen oxygen tank, which is how we're gonna convert ice. Well, we don't need that, because... yeah, we don't need that. So, we're done with this. Then, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our batteries and run them along this line. And we don't really need the batteries. Actually, you know what? We actually don't need that many batteries. Since it's hydrogen powered. The batteries just jump start it when it dies. So that way you know, if it runs out of power, but it has ice in it or fuel in it, we can use the batteries to turn the motors on. It's kind of like a real battery. It's the best way to think about it. And then we're going to run. Let's see. I'm gonna need to connect these here, so we will do this. Oh. This. To this. To these. I still need. I thought I grabbed a bunch of that stuff. Now I did. Alright, and then we'll go from here to here. Oh, nope. False. Get rid of those. And we'll go bloop and bloop. Alright, so those are piped in. And then we'll put one of these running this way to the connector. Yeah, and then we'll just gonna get rid of that. And this one. So we're gonna have to run this down here, and then this is gonna have to go. Oh, nope, I'm making this more difficult than it needs to be. Fucking A. Let's get rid of this and this. Put one of these here. And then we can run that here. We could do doop, 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 doop. I'll do a square here. Do a tube there. We'll go out. 2. And I'll connect my cargo containers here, and we'll run the cargo containers on the side. And I don't know if this is even gonna fucking work, but... And then we'll do a connector here. And, yep. Alright, and I keep forgetting that the grinder is on a completely different system. Alright, now, we're gonna get rid of that one. Because we're gonna put square here. And then cargo container here. And here. On both sides. No, that needs to go out to there instead. Fuck it. You know what? 6 cargo containers. Because I can't make up my mind. And the amount of thrust that we're actually going to need is going to be probably too much for those tiny little thrusters that I've... Those, tanks that I'm building. You know, if that's the case, then that's the case. We'll go back to square one. Nope. That's wrong. And you're still fucking doing it wrong. Oh my god. How many of those out did I go? 2. Cool. Go 9. Cargo container there. There. And then they 4. I said cargo container there. Now where the hell is the connector gonna go? Probably directly on back. I'll deal with that later. Hell, honestly, oops. If this doesn't turn out to be a good welding ship, it'll be at least a good exploration ship. Cause I kind of like the design of it so far. So we will put One of those lopsided as hell. One of those straight. Alright, cool. I like it. I like it. Alright. And now the fun part of welding all of this up. To make sure it's piped in right. So this mod is called Bossing Say Tools. It's got a pretty cool looking welder. It's pretty much two welders put together, and it's got double the distance. And honestly, the only benefit to using it, which honestly, I'm acting like it's not a lot, but it's a pretty big jump in usability. It helps with designing and stuff, where you don't have to build a big fuck off welding rig. You can just build a welding rig with like 2 of them and get the power of 4. How many of these? Okay. Alright, there we go. I'm moving way too fast. Alright. Now I need to do this stuff. If I got enough interior plates. I normally don't have enough interior plates. Now the only problem with building on this platform is getting fuel in this contraption. And I guess that's kind of that would be the benefit to having
Energy low.
That's actually exactly why I'm going to have to put a O2 generator on here, so I can put fuel in it. Well, that's done. That's the motor. These are the tanks. What is that? Oh, battery. Alright. I need to weld that first before the batteries can stay in. So, yeah, that's kind of why I'm going to have to put a O2 generator on it. Shit, I did it again. I mean, I technically could leave it off. But honestly, if anything, it'd be a good way for me to get a. Need to finish. Great. It'd be a good way for me to get a connector on there, and then I can just do what I need to do with it. Why is that not? Oh, okay, I see. That now it's red. All right. Actually, that being said, let me go ahead and get rid of these and put on these instead. And then that way, if I have to put a bigger fuel tank on here, I can get rid of these tanks and actually pipe one in. Yeah, I'm sorry that this episode's a little boring. I don't feel like I don't really want to go do too much. I don't want to do too much on this world without the rest of the gang being here to experience it with me. I just feel like that would be a little boring, since it's supposed to be a co-op co-op scenario. Oh my god, I missed an entire... That's an entire row. It's alright, it's alright. We're not done building yet, so it's okay. We can miss some stuff. I just don't want to exclude everybody else's experience with this game. And it's kind of already bad enough that I'm building the hangar without anybody being here to be present, but it'd be okay. Because like I said at the start, this is supposed to be a kind of like a test to see how the audio quality is doing, and so far it seems very positive for what I've gotten, so I'm happy with it. Yeah, I like the way this looks. I think I'm gonna put 2 big thrusters on the back here and here, so that way I can use this as my connector. Just don't know where I'm gonna put the stopping thrust. I didn't think that far ahead. I guess I'll put it there and there on those 2 slots, and then right here in the front. This thing looks kind of cool. Anyway. Let's see, and then we'll take this. I'll put one of... 2? 7. I'll put one of these on. There. God. Is that a tank? It is a tank. I don't really need a tank. I need an O2 generator. That's what I was thinking of. There it is. That's what I'm thinking of. O2 gen. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. O2 generator. This is how you turn ice into hydrogen. And it is a little redundant to put an O2 generator on a ship that ultimately doesn't really need hydrogen. It's just extra weight. But if anything, it's a good spot for me to put one of these. Yep. And then that way, I can connect the ship up and give it power. And fuel it and condition the whoosy me what's it's to the whoosy who's. No, I can put a programmable block on this that runs that will only that will put stuff in it to a certain degree, which I guess is a good spot for this middle line here, because if I were to put like, I'd have to put 2 or 3 of them in here. So I could put like that one there, I put one there, and that could run my refuel. This would run the inventory, and then this can run... I think I'm gonna have to run a different one on this. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm definitely going to need batteries for these. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But you know what? I'm putting them on here anyway, because I want them here. And no, I'm not going to make them match. Because we're not going to see them ever again. Alright. And there we go. There's the semi-finished building ship. I I don't need to worry about armor blocks because it's not going to be fighting. God, I gotta make the stuff for the big one. Alright, so there's that's my forward thrust. I'm gonna put a couple of these down the sides to add extra directional thrust. But the big ones are going to be the stopping thrust. I don't think I've got enough. I definitely don't have enough
Energy low.
up thrust. That's for sure. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this line of blocks here out. Tubes, sorry.
Inventory full. Inventory
God
full.
mighty damn. Alright. Excuse you? Where'd all that stuff go? Did it fall in the hole. Alright, it's gone forever. I don't care all that much. Come on, get in here. Nope, wrong side. Get in here. My... Ooh, okay. Great. Wonderful. Perfect. Alright. Alright, now we have enough up thrust. I didn't have to do this. I got this section here. What am I doing? Alright. Screw it. I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna put that one there. Put that one there. Now, normally you'd have to worry about a direction. You'd have to worry about thruster damage. But I've currently got thruster damage off because, frankly, I'm playing with a handful of new people, and I don't want them to really have to worry about. There's not gonna be enough down thrust. Oh yeah, I got 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 that way, and I don't
Energy
have
critical.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, the truly optimal way of doing this, I couldn't tell you because I have no clue. I couldn't tell you. Oh, there's a drone out there. I didn't even know that landed out there. Yeah, it did. Nope. Yeah, it did. That's the grinding pod. I forgot all about it. Now, the optimal way to do this is for every big thruster one of these you have, you would do the same amount on the front, or double that in reverse for small grid, I think. But I couldn't. Don't quote me on that. I didn't realize how many. I think I might have built too many thrusters. But then again, looking at all the steel plate that's gonna have to carry, I don't think I built that many enough. Alright, we're out of parts for thrusters. What? Are you... What happened? Alright. There we go, that's better. this is definitely, I'm starting to think that this is not going to have enough fuel capacity to run all this stuff. But I guess we're gonna find out. Oh, got a couple of salvage drones coming in.
Energy low.
I'm gonna leave my HUD on, so that way we can see when we're getting hit and jump. I think a weak point on this ship is gonna be this fucking connector here, because once this goes, that's it. Like, on either side. Once that connection is broken, it ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. And, yeah, that might be a problem. Moving forward. If this was, if this were to advance from what it is now, then this this block here would go the entire length. Because more than one attachment point ensures survivability. In my experience.
Energy critical.
So, I think I'm gonna try to finish up. I'm gonna try finishing up this ship. We're going to test it, and then I will probably call it a night after that. Because the video is getting a bit long, I think. Granted, most of this is probably going to be cut out for the YouTube. The gear turb video. Oh my god, construction components are the fucking bane of my existence. And annoyingly, I might have to build a row of thrusters going down this length on the other side so that way it fucking matches. Because now it looks goofy without them. In fact, I might get rid of those two outside thrusters and do just that. Alright. Talked myself into it. Alright. Actually, you know what? I've already talked about it, and I know I'm going to jinx myself. I'm going to put one on each side of that to give that back cargo container some more support, because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to fire this up. I'm going to go, yay, this is fun, and then break it off. And then there goes my entire rear thrust, or forward thrust. And it's not going to be a tiny little tap. It's going to be the entire, it's full on, oh my, he did. Full detonation. Actually, in fact, I'm going to take a blueprint of this when I'm done. For the exact reason. Because then I can just rebuild it. And
Energy low.
now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm going to put a projector in that square there. Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a projector right there. Now, a projector, for those who don't know, projector lets you load up the blueprint of a ship, and then you can build that. Where's the front? I think that's the front. Nope. That is that orientation. It's too late. It lets you load the blueprint into it, and then when you inevitably have your ship broken or destroyed, or you know, large chunks of it missing, you can see what got broke off. You can walk over to it and go, oh, the thruster's missing, and then weld it up from the blueprint, and then you can just, and that's how you fix it. That's how you see a lot of God, that's how you see a lot of content creators rebuild so quick, because they've mastered the art of building they remember to build projectors in most of their stuff. Now they're not, there's a couple of them who don't. There's a couple of them who forget, and I don't fault them for it, because I sure as hell would forget, because I do it all the damn time. But that means I could put, I don't know if I'm gonna need any more thrust down. I need more stop thrust. 2, 4, 6 should be enough. Alright, we're ready for ice. Some fuel. Let's see if we can get some fuel in this bitch and get it fucking airborne. Whoops. Ooh, we're almost out of ice again. Seriously? Alright, which one of you connectors has ice? There it is. Okay. Get power. Don't see anything going to the tanks yet. They're not. Stop. On. Is this piped in right? O2 generator. Yeah, it's on. I don't know what it's doing, but it's on. Keep throwing ice in it. Maybe it'll eventually. I'm gonna have to go get some more fucking ice here soon too. Alright, so if that goes there and it's got ice up to this point, then small tanks, they are not filling up for some fucking reason. Connected. Goes up and in. It's supposed to go up and in. something ain't working right. Engines are filling up. Maybe the engine's got to fill up first, and then the tanks will fill. I think that's how that works. Oh, shit. Yep, there he goes. Yep, there it goes. Yep, they're filling up now. Which means we got 13%. I got a lot more up for us than I was planning on. Great, cool. Well, now I gotta go put a connector in the garage for this thing, and hopefully I can get it in there in time for, okay, I already got a connector, so we'll put it on that connector. Christ almighty. I forgot something. Like, a super big thing, and I'm pretty sure somebody at some point will probably scream at me for doing this. I forgot the gyro. The thing that lets me turn. And I forgot it. Well, time to put a couple of them on here. I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to need. Probably less than what I'm... Probably not as many as I just put on here, but... It's going to become a very heavy ship. Soon. Shortly. Super heavy. Because I gotta weld that. I hope this motherfucker's got enough. Okay. Holy balls. Yep, there it goes. Doesn't have enough up thrust. I don't know how that's possible, but here we are. It's getting enough fuel. Well, that's fucking great. That's just swell. Didn't even make it in fucking side, and I've already broke it. Great. Oh. Oh, I'm out of oxygen. I'm going to die. That was fucking close. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be sketchy AF, but here we go. Alright, you know what? We're not gonna use the inside connector right this second. We're going to use one of the outside connectors. Because for some damn reason... Oop. That's... not great. Oh my god, that's not good. Oh, it's still coming. Ooh, I'm actually gonna have to go fucking deal with that. Alright, cool. You guys get to see some combat. Whoa! Stop chewing on that before I hit you upside the head, Gary. I'm telling you. Get down. Is there anything else I need to deal with while I got a fighter scrambled? Nope, but that does teach a valuable lesson that I should have taken a damn blueprint before I even flew the thing off the landing pad. Holy shit, coming out hot. I don't know how this thing took that hit and essentially survived. I was not expecting that at all. I expected this thing to detonate real quick. I'm missing a bunch of thrusters now, but dude, what's broke on this? 2 cargo containers? Wow, gasp, alright. A cargo container? It's because I added that other support. That's what it was. Gotta be. Without that other support, this thing would have fallen completely apart. And let's see, an hour and 45 minutes would have been just right down the drain. Great. Field plates? I thought I had. Yeah, that's right, because I got these locked. I might get rid of that, honestly. If I was smart when I built it, and it wasn't just kind of throwing it together, I would have actually built it with a program block and all that stuff, and set it up to always pull out a certain amount of stuff. Speaking of program blocks. Whoa. Okay, a bunch of stuff got broken. Great. Okay, well that could have been worse. Oh, it is. Is it? Yep, it is bad. I'm missing an entire drill. Now, I thought about using the bossing, these on this thing, but it's massive. It's not easy to build with. Whereas these, oh, okay. I'll just go F myself. Whereas these, you can come sideways and get same. You can just, it's preference at this point, really. I just didn't have it downloaded when I built this thing. And I'm about ready to build a new one, to be fair. But just don't know how to design another one, or honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna need another one, because this one's working pretty fucking well. I mean, the only thing I can think of to add is, like, build a cargo container system for it. So that way I can, like, pull it along like a tankard. This one is going to run the inventory manager, maybe the fueler. This one is going to run the sorting all your internal cargo containers. We'll do this one. Check code. Okay, okay. And then this one we will do, whoops, no, we'll do the we'll do throttle control. That sounds pretty cool. Alright. Now, oops, I forgot to add this one. Another connector. G. Another connector, number 9. Switch lock. God damn it. Down thrust just... I don't have enough power. I think that's the problem. I don't think... Some of those connectors... Great. Aren't working as intended. I don't think it's got enough fuel. Ugh! And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why people don't build building ships anymore. They just weld everything by hand. Because these are aggravating as all get out. Because all they ever do is fucking explode. Alright, I'm gonna tweak this a little bit. I'm gonna figure out what the problem is, and I will, put it to use the next time I record. I'm kinda glad I got those there still. I definitely don't need 4 gyros, I don't think, but... I genuinely don't understand what... I think it's got to be a fuel issue. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of these tanks and put actual some actual tanks on there. One of these. It might require one of these. Unlike the small part of the damn. God, I really don't want to do that. I mean, worst case scenario, take out these 2 gyros right there. Put that son of a bitch right there. Done with it. Yeah. How would that look? Oh. Take that gyro off. Take that gyro off. Just adding explosives to an already volatile contraption. Yes. If this thing hits something hard enough, it'll make a big bada boom. And it's getting full now. These small tanks aren't nearly as good as the large grid ones, but you know what? Where's the inventory manager? Oh, that's the refueler. Main cockpit. Ooh, what's really cool. Hold on, let me go in first person. There's screens right there. Of course, this cockpit you can't really see what they do, but we go to, you know, let's do fill level. Level bar. Yeah, let's do fuel level. There's the fuel level. I mean, fill level.
Gage, next weekend might be better.
Okay.
They're closed. The small field is closed until later this month.
Mm-hmm.
It says all future weekend games will be held at the super large Madisonville location.
Cool.
So, on the 12th, that may be a day after.
Okay.
You're recording.
Yep. That's alright. Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to show some how this screen shit works, but it's not working with shit right this minute. It'll be alright. Okay. Old times. Sure. Okay, this doesn't work. Alright, that's good to know. So we're gonna turn that off. It's useless. Alright, well, I was going to show off this welder and how effective it is going to be, but now I've got to spend the time to program all of my things that I'm gonna need. And I don't think you guys want to see that. So this thruster is useless because it is not piped in. Is there another connection point on the bottom of this? Yes, in the back. Okay. All right, we can pipe that in real quick. Boop, 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 boop. And I'll just, it's gonna look stupid, but it's fine. It'll look stupid, but we're gonna love it anyways. I mean, now I've got plenty of places to put more thrusters if I find out that I need them. On. On. There we go. And now, if we really wanted to, we could go here and, like, dress it up, make it look pretty, and you know, do all things. And I'm already starting to build a new fighter because I just learned how to use these blocks and I really want to use them. And like I said, this is for a welding ship, this is completely useless. But I just want to see what it looks like. I mean, couldn't hurt, right? That looks pretty cool. I think I'm gonna have to build a fighter using this design, because that's pretty fucking cool. I think it looks cool. Yeah, that looks pretty tight. I like that. Now, if these were like big guns, I think this might be another fighter design I work. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna try it next time. We're I'm gonna leave it here. I'm going to I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this boring, I guess, video. If you liked it, great. If not, then that's alright. Hopefully next weekend we will be back as a collective to continue our fight against the NPCs and the drones and the other do-nasties that are running around and making life difficult for us. Thanks, Short Stuff, for jumping up here. Maybe next time we will actually blow up a bunch of stuff, which I'm looking forward to. Oops, wrong door. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't really have any way to segue this outro to anything, so catch you guys in the next one. I will see y'all later. Deuces.